Hey, this is Toe2 Bravo, and guess what? We're out at the range again. That's where I'm always at, right? So we're out here today. We've got our black Glock, our flat dark earth Glock, and our polymer 80 lower. All those are Gen 3, and the reason that we have those out, since the last time I've changed some things. I'm going to read from some notes here, so bear with me. On the black Glock, I've installed a Lone Wolf guide rod assembly, the stainless steel guide rod assembly, and it is the 17-pound factory OEM setting. In addition to that, I've also installed a Glock Gen 4 30274 ejector and an Apex extractor. So for the black Glock, our goal is to see where our shell casings are going to go. Do we have, continued erratic behavior, or am I going to get some type of a pattern out of that? So we'll see. The polymer 80, just for shits and giggles, I've installed a Glock Gen 4 trigger housing in the polymer 80. Should have a Gen 3. And in that Gen 4 trigger housing, I have the Gen 3 366 ejector. So we'll see how that performs. And then on the FDE Glock, I have installed the Gen 4 30274 ejector and highly polished OEM extractor. So enough yapping. Let's put those guns, let's put some rounds downrange with those guns and see where our brass goes. That's the whole purpose of this range visit. So we'll be right back. All right, let's get started. Let's see what kind of ejection pattern we get. Glock OEM magazine, black Glock, Gen 3. Let's see what we get. Here we go. Watch the brass.
All rounds complete. I'm going to say that combination that we spoke of earlier has definitely made our ejection of brass a little more uniform there. I had nothing come back and hit me in the face. So I'm very pleased with that outcome. That was the black Glock. Very nice. And I did feel a difference with that stainless steel guide rod and spring, but we'll talk about that in detail later.
All right, next up is our flat dark earth Glock. This is the polished extractor and the polished extractor and the Gen 4 ejector. So here we go. Let's see where our brass goes. Keep an eye on the brass. Here we go. Complete, and that was a very uniform ejection of the brass also. Even though that's an OEM extractor, it's highly polished and very uniform. Very nice. All right, next up, our polymer 80 lower with the flat dark earth slide. And this has the Gen 4 trigger housing. Failure to feed. That ain't good. Let's try one more. Straight back at me. I don't know. Obviously the ejection of the shells was crappy. let's take a look at slide itself. We're going to go ahead and switch that out. I don't think that was a very good idea.
We're back again. We're going to run the black lock again. Watch. And let's see what kind of shell ejection we get. Here we go.
Complete. Very nice, very uniform. No shells back to the face. I'm going to say this is a success with this combination. All right, back to the FDE Glock. Put it all back together. Let's validate the shell ejection again. Here we go. Keep your eye on the shells. Failure to feed. Keep in mind this is a Magpul magazine. I always have problems with these Magpul magazines.
Not like them. Another failure to feed. Damn Magpul mags, man.
Shell extraction is amazing. Very uniform. I've got a nice pow going on over there. Fantastic. It's these mags though. These Magpul mags, some folks love them. I really don't care for them except for range use. Final series with the black lock. We'll go ahead and do a rapid fire sequence. Here we go.
Very uniform. Fantastic. Fantastic. All rounds complete. We'll do the same with an FD. We'll do the same with the FDE Glock. Using an OEM magazine this time. Rapid fire. Here we go. Make sure we're in frame. Here we go. Very reliable. Good to go. Very happy. All rounds complete. OEM mag. Where it's at.
Hey, this is Toto Bravo, and we're wrapping up the range visit. All the data checked out. Everything was very positive except for the polymer 80, and I didn't really think that was going to work out, but I figured I'd give it a shot anyways. Let's talk about the black lock, Glock number 1. We installed the Lone Wolf stainless steel guide rod, the Apex Extractor, and the Gen 4 Ejector were all installed in this, and everything performed fantastic, 100%, no issues, no problems. Very uniform ejection of brass. No brass coming back and hit me in the face or left or right or what have you. We've all heard it before, right? But it definitely solved that problem. So between the Apex and the Gen 4 Ejector, we were good to go. So no problems there. Very happy with that. I don't see any changes except for one that I've got coming up for this particular gun that I'm going to try out, and that's I ordered a Tango Down Larry Vickers flat-faced trigger. It was $37, $42 with tax, shipping, what have you. I've never used a flat-face trigger in a Glock, so I've got one of those coming that I'm going to try in this particular model, and I'm going to see if it's better than my factory Glock. Now keep in mind, I've got this polished. I really like this trigger. I have absolutely no problem with it, and but I'm interested to see how that trigger works out, and with $42 investment, I really don't have a whole lot to lose, but a lot to gain perhaps. So this really worked out well. Also today, we shot the FDE Glock. This had the polished extractor, OEM, and it also had the Gen 4 ejector installed in it. And this also performed 100% except for the 2 failures to feed with the Magpul magazines. And I always have problems with those Magpul magazines. I don't really blame that or hold that against this firearm. It's the magazine. I'm 100% sure of it. Never had problems with the OEM mags. So this performed very well. Again, the ejection of brass was amazing. Very uniform pow here on the ground. Everything went away from me to the right and back just a little bit. Nothing came back and hit me. So I consider that a success also, and I will keep this combination. Nothing new planned for this particular firearm. This firearm will stay as it is. Nothing new is planned for it. Plenty more range visits, but no new parts are planned for this particular one. And finally, the polymer 80 lower that I installed the Gen 4 trigger housing, the Gen 3 ejector. Didn't work out very well. Very poor ejection. I had a failure to feed and very weak ejection, and I think that's attributed to the fact that this doesn't belong in here. We'll put a Gen 3 trigger housing back in this. I just had one, modified a little bit, took the bottoms off, and just wanted to see if it would work. Didn't work very well, so we'll chalk that up as a now we know. So this is TOW 2 Bravo. A lot of information. I enjoyed the range visit. I know the two guns are squared away now as far as shells going where they need to go and not towards me. Hopefully the information is beneficial to you. I know it's out there on other channels, but you know, I wanted to square it away and see for myself. So enough yapping. This is TOW 2 Bravo. Till I see you out at the range again, thanks for watching.